Coming again to the screen with the frequently asked questions and answers on blue carbon. Now, what are blue carbon? Why are they on the planet Earth? And what causes their massive extinction? Now, if you trace back, you will see that the sun appeared in this universe about 4.603 billion years ago. Then there was a Big Bang, there was a fragmentation, and the solar system was created about 4.571 billion years ago. One of these components of the solar system was the Earth, and today's Earth's age is 4.543 billion years. Then from the Earth, the Moon was formed about 4.530 billion years. Now, question may arise that why I am telling all this? Because these celestial bodies play a very important role in the rise and fall of the sea level, the tides, which govern the distribution of the blue carbon. And this blue carbon, the mangroves, appeared 75 million years ago in the planet Earth. Now, if you see the entire scenario, you will see that the blue carbon is stored in the coastal and marine ecosystems, in the seagrass, in the salt marsh grass, in the estuarine mangroves, and in the underlying soil. Soil is a major reservoir of blue carbon. Now, this is the habitat of the blue carbon. During the flood current, the tide reaches at the maximum height, and during the ebb current, there is a recede of the tide. And this tidal amplitude, the intertidal region, is an ideal habitat of the blue carbon. It can also be horizontal in nature. This is also a unique habitat of the blue carbon. Now, seaweed community is also a potential sink of carbon, and now it has been included in the blue carbon domain. It has been found about 8.75 grams of macroalgae carbon are trapped per square meter of the sediment in the seaweeds. Now coming to the marsh grass. In Sundarbans in Orissa, there is a marsh grass known as Porteracia coarctata, which is the salt marsh grass and is the pioneer species in the process of ecological succession. Now question arises that why there is a loss of the blue carbon. In 1980 it was 19.8 million hectares, now it has come down to 15 million hectares. Well, there are many drivers, and as per the NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center, through machine learning algorithms analyzing 1 million images from the Landsat 5, 7 and 8 satellites, they have found that 2% of the global mangrove area has been lost during 2000 and 2016. Now, this is a map generated by NASA, which tells that mangrove loss occurs by the natural factors and also by the human factors. And these are the prime drivers: the settlement, the commodities, the non-production conversion, the extreme weather events and the erosions. These drivers actually result in the wiping and erasing the blue carbon from the blue planet. And if you just analyze the global picture, you will see that outside the Southeast Asia, the human-driven factors is much more during 2000 and 2005, but as the age proceeds during 2010 and 2016, you see the natural factors has become very prominent in wiping the blue carbon. Practically in West Bengal, the cyclonic depression starting from Ayla on 25th May 2009 to Bulbul, Fani and recently Amphan on 20th May 2020. All these are the natural factors which have destroyed and caused a massive loss in the blue carbon community. Now, if there is a loss and degradation or damage in the blue carbon community, the carbon locked inside it will get released and will cause global warming. So we shall conserve the blue carbon by giving some financial incentives, and at the same time we should think of some carbon scrubbing livelihood. For example, the oyster farming. If you know, this oyster is made up of calcium carbonate, CaCO3. That means carbon is already locked inside the calcareous shell of the oysters. So oyster farming will not only give an alternative livelihood, but will also regulate the blue carbon. At the same time, seaweed culture. Seaweed has got many prospects starting from the pharmaceutical industries to cosmetic industries to food and also in the preparation of fish feed and biofertilizers. So if it can be cultured on massive scale, then not only it will scrub the carbon from the atmosphere, but it will also provide an alternative livelihood. With this few words, I thank all of you for spending time with me and see you again with some other topics. Thank you very much.